Hey, so I used to think regular show was just random. A talking blue jay, a raccoon, a gumball machine boss, and somehow half the plots end with the universe exploding. Classic Cartoon Network chaos, right? But then I rewatched it as an adult, and suddenly it hit me. This show isn't about goofy dudes slacking off. It's about fearing adulthood, avoiding responsibility, and that weird anxiety you feel when you realize maybe you're not growing fast enough. So yeah, regular show. It's not so regular. It's existential dread in a hoodie and jeans. In most episodes, Mordecai and Rigby slack off, avoid work, and go on chaotic adventures that spiral into absurdity, often over tiny problems. These moments seem stupid until you realize they reflect real life avoidance and burnout. When I was a kid, I just loved, like, Mordecai and Rigby turned the house into a giant video game console just to win a bet. Funny, they almost destroyed the world over a grilled cheese. Even funnier, the show was dumb in the best way. But now it hits different because when you watch it as an adult, you realize Mordecai and Rigby aren't just lazy dudes. They're stuck working a dead end job, avoiding effort, sleeping until noon. It's not just funny anymore, it's familiar. In season 4, episode 24, Mordecai and Rigby try to save a weird local show from getting cancelled because it's their childhood favorite. They literally risk everything just to meet the host and keep the nostalgia alive. And I remember watching it thinking, haha, they're so passionate about something dumb. But now I get it. They weren't just chasing a show, they were chasing comfort, chasing something from childhood that made life easier. Tell me you have never rewatched some trash show from the 2000s just to feel okay again? We're all just trying to keep something familiar alive in a world that moves on without us. Meanwhile, Spencer's screaming in the background like a budget office manager who just got promoted to middle management and lost all his friends. Let's talk about Skip's story. You remember the big, buff, immortal dude. Turns out even he couldn't skip heartbreak. In season 5, episode 17, we learned about Skip's tragic backstory, how he lost his love, Mona, and how he became immortal to keep her memory alive. It's a surprisingly emotional dive into grief and moving on. He loses the love of his life and never recovers. That's literally the whole episode. It's not even dressed up with monsters or explosions. It's just a guy dealing with something he'll never fix. And yeah, as a kid, I zoned out during this episode. Now it wrecks me because adulthood isn't always about fixing things. Sometimes it's just surviving them. And this is where it got personal for me. Like when I was younger, I'd binge this show just for fun. The chaos, the jokes, the randomness. But watching it now, I feel tired. Like not because it's bad, but because it's too real. Mordecai messing up, that's me. Failing deadlines and ghosting emails. Rigby avoiding everything and pretending he's cool with it, also me. And the worst part, they don't get punished. They mess up and somehow still have a job, still have friends, and still have hope. Meanwhile, I skip one Zoom meeting and HR schedules a friendly check in. In season 4, episode 1 and 2, all the old villains from past episode return to erase the park from existence, forcing the crew to team up and fight back. In the end, they reboot the entire park, starting fresh, but at a huge cost. All the old villains return to destroy the park. But it's not just fan service, it's literally your past coming back to mess up with your present. You have grown a bit, you have learned things, and now the universe says, cool, let's test that. The episode ends with Mordecai and Rigby rebooting the park, but they lose all progress. It's like starting over. You ever feel that? Like, no matter how much work you do, you're still stuck on day one. Welcome to your 20s. Okay, real talk. In season 6, episode 24, Rigby finds out Aileen had a whole relationship plan built around him and panics. He's not ready, but she's been ready for a long time. This one explores commitment, fears, and emotional maturity. Aileen, she had a plan. She liked Rigby. She was smart, funny, supportive, and Rigby didn't feel ready. And that's exactly what dating feels like when you're not sure if you even like yourself yet.
The Eileen plan. Even if I was smart in my own way, which I'm not, I'm still not brilliant.
That pressure to be good enough, to not mess it up, and yet she waits. That's real, not because it's a love story, but because it's a fear story. Fear of commitment, fear of change, fear that maybe the people who like us shouldn't. I used to watch this show and think, man, imagine having friends like that. Skips, Puffs, Muscle Man, a boss who yells at you but never fires you, roommates who mess up but always forgive you. And now I realize how rare that is in real life. In real life, people leave, jobs fire you, mistakes cost money, not montages. And if you're lucky, you'll find one person who sticks around. But most of the time, you just grow up and the park gets photos. So yeah, regular show was just adult life, hiding in a cartoon. It was about the anxiety of not doing enough, the fear of staying the same, the guilt of enjoying life, and everyone says, be more responsible. And if you're in your 20s, it hits harder than any serious drama because regular show never said grow up. It just said try not to lose yourself while you do. If this show ever made you laugh as a kid and then made you cry a little as an adult, you are not alone. Let me know your favorite episode down below. And hey, if you're still figuring life out, same dude. We're all just trying to make it through the day without getting fired by a gumball machine. Subscribe for more emotionally unstable cartoons. Comment if you've ever ghosted life like Rigby. And remember, growing up sucks, but at least we got good TV, right?